Hi and welcome to a new video where I ramble about something I don't quite understand, and today we are going to learn how to get rich, which is something I can actually use.
When people look at the money that they're making and then the amount of effort that it takes them to make that money, they're like, you know what, at least I worked hard for my money. Bro, money gets printed out of fucking thin air. You need to figure out how to make as much of it for the least amount of effort as possible. Why? Because there's dudes out there that are fucking printing it. I don't think you understand. They're literally printing it. Printing it, and you're out here working for it, slaving away. So you need to ask yourself, how can I get as much money as possible for the least amount of effort? So you need to start a business. You need to be able to understand how to arbitrage. You need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to market. These basic skills, because the assumption that you're going to find security in a job is a fallacy. They can fire you for any of a million reasons tomorrow. Your skills are what's going to determine if you stay afloat or not, if you have the ability to make money. The job doesn't count. The idea of having a side hustle that you're not actually fully invested doesn't count. You need to be focused on making money. Money is the name of the game. You have to take care of it.
Okay, see, this is exactly the part that confuses me. First he says that money gets printed, so then I think, okay, well, I should literally go print my own money. Please don't do that. You could go to jail for that. And then he says I need to work more, but actually I need to work less. But let's see if his other videos can give us a little more clarity on how to get rich. Before we get started though, I do need your help for getting through art school if this guy doesn't actually make me rich. And you can do that by subscribing. I would appreciate that a lot. And if you want one of these cuties, you can go to the link down below. And if you get one of them, I will donate a part to Doctors Without Borders, because I like to do that. Now let's get rich, I suppose.
Creating money, multiplying money, and preserving money requires three different mindsets. Anybody can create money. Creating money is the ability to turn something like your energy of labor and transmuting that energy into dollars. So you're creating dollars. Now the question is, do you always want to be expending your physical energy for the creation of dollars? No. Why? Because you're exchanging something that is finite for something that's infinite. Very stupid trade-off. Very stupid trade-off. And the bots get angry when I talk about the fact that you do not want to get paid shit money for your time.
The bots get mad, like those bots that comment weird things on Facebook posts. How do they get mad and why exactly are they mad?
You only have X amount of time and you're expending it for money that is getting printed out of thin air. $6 trillion were printed over the last 10 years.
What is the problem with money getting printed? That's just literally how the economy works.
Do you know how many hours of labor that is at a minimum wage? Who's accounting for that labor? Nobody.
I assume the people that work there get paid.
Therefore, the currency is worthless. It has no value. You create money fast, expend the least amount of energy possible to make money, then you multiply. Multiply through what? Investment vehicles, business, stock market, real estate. Vehicles that do two things. Either beat inflation or keep up with inflation.
Is he saying that I need to buy a car in order to get rich? Like, I don't know a whole lot about cars, but don't they devalue over time 9 out of 10 times? I don't think buying a car will get me rich. I also can't drive, so that won't help.
So you need to find what those vehicles are. Finally, you have the preservation of wealth. Keep it. There's two ingredients, in my opinion, in order to achieve this financial literacy that allows you to keep it. The first one is you need a financial advisor or financial planner. You need somebody that, one, understands your risk tolerance, that matches your risk tolerance. Two, that can see into the future.
Get a personal medium. Got it. How will I pay them though? Because I have no money yet. Do I pay them with cash?
Who understands how to balance a world, who understands how much money you can actually spend or what you can invest, and whose job is to care after your money.
Correction, a medium who has both balancing skills and is into babysitting money. I don't know where I would find that, but okay.
The second is you need a financial role model. You need an individual that you can look up to. What is your beacon of possibility? And these role models have different investment pieces, different investment vehicles, but they have formulas. And if you can match three things, intensity of effort, repetition, and quality of effort, you can potentially achieve a similar result to that of the individuals that you're trying to replicate.
Replicating individuals. That sounds a bit sketching and also a bit boring, but that's just my opinion.
This is financial role model. And you need to find those individuals that you resonate with, and it's different for everybody based off of what they want, and identify these financial role models, figure out what are the recipes that they use to create, multiply, preserve wealth, and if you follow these things with the right amount of energy input, with the right amount of dedication, with the right amount of consistency, and with the right amount of effort, you do what? Replicate the result.
But the world doesn't work like that. You cannot just randomly go do what someone else does and make yourself a clone of them. This guy is the perfect example of that. People on the internet are calling him the Andrew Tate clone, but Tate makes the news every other week and I've never even heard of this guy before I looked him up myself. So, you know, Granted, I don't think Luke wants to be in the news for going to prison every other week either, but I have this feeling that Tate might be richer, but I can't see their bank accounts, so, you know, what can I say?
If I give you right now, we go to the kitchen, I give you a list of ingredients, I could give you different eggs, different milk, different flour, but I give you the same ingredient list, and I have different ingredients, we would come up with a very similar product. It's the same with finance, it's the same with there's formulas, there's secrets, there's advice, but you have to find it, and then you have to adapt it to yourself.
You can make a lot of different things with these ingredients, from cookies to pancakes. You can also still fail with these ingredients, which would be okay. But having those ingredients does not make for guaranteed success. Well, I still don't know how to get rich, and I still am not rich, so I think we should look into his worldviews a little bit, and maybe we will learn something from that.
Most women, they don't want all of your time, but women need to be constantly reassured that they matter. So you could go and hang out with your girl for 20 minutes and give her full undivided attention instead of taking her to the movies, spend 6 hours.
Besides from movies generally not taking 6 hours, I don't really see the point of this, but we are not done yet. Maybe he explains it really well, so let's keep going.
And think that that's building a relationship. Women want to be reassured that they are important in your life, and they want to fight for that first place. That's a woman that actually cares. Most women, they don't want all of your
Okay, so not really an explanation, but I do think this guy needs to start making a distinction between women in general and a potential romantic partner, because there is a difference. I know that's a hot take, but there is a difference in all women and potential romantic partners, and I am so sure that not all women want this guy. It's important to give your partner undivided attention from time to time, every week, day, whatever. It's very important, but that is not specific to gender or to women specifically. Like this guy says, I'm sure that to place myself in his world a little, men want that too, and he would want that too for himself. Also, going to the movies is a great date. I didn't really come here for wacky dating advice, I came here to get rich, and I still haven't learned anything about that.
If I was to take you to the top of any yacht, and we went to the captain's deck, and I said, hey captain, you know, I want to go from Miami to Jamaica. I want to go to this port specifically. Do you know how to get there? Within 10, 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, he would tell me what port we're going to and how we're getting there. For 99% of the journey, he will not see the port of arrival, but he knows where he's going. You just have to follow the steps. So you don't have to, it's not this darkness, no, there's no confusion.
I am not confused either. What captain do I need to go to again?
It's very clear. Once you know what you want, just do retroactive steps on how to get there. You're not special. I'm not special. We're not the first to succeed. Millions have succeeded in the past, so can we. What have they done that allowed them to succeed? Let me replicate it. Simplicity in pattern recognition, simplicity in optimizing the behaviors of others.
All jokes aside, I am very confused, and I cannot believe that this guy is not confused himself either. First he tells us to come up with something and think of the steps on how to come there, and then he says again that we need to replicate someone else's plan and steps and goal. That's two different things in the same video. It doesn't work like that. I am really getting flashbacks to when I was 18 and in math class and like a year and a half behind. I was really confused back then too. This was one of the many videos on his page which has his own name in the title, like he's referring to himself in the third person. I get that referring to yourself in the third person can be funny sometimes, but this guy seems to be trying to do it seriously, and I cannot take it seriously, it's too funny.
There's 3 ways that a person can go broke. A man can go broke in life.
So only a man can go broke in life. I didn't know that. I think I should be less worried now, maybe?
Leverage, liquor, and ladies. I was just gonna say the ladies one for sure. You need to be able to control those 3 aspects. You need to be able to control addictions, you need to be able to control your gambling and your risk, and then you need to be able to control your... So you said right there, liquor. Now that says you mentioned that you don't drink. I don't drink. How long for? Many years. First of all, it's poison, right? So your body you're just fucking yourself up. So if your form of having fun is to inject yourself with poison and to, be drinking poison, okay, respect. I think that was the last time I drank, actually. It was a couple years ago. Yeah, I got fucked up with this.
Not this again, someone who thinks he's better than other people for not drinking. Like, that's a personal choice that's only important to you and nobody else. You're not better for not drinking, I think. I say that as a person that doesn't drink a whole lot either. Like, I almost never drink. And I don't think I'm better than anyone for that choice that I made for myself. That's only important for myself, for reasons that I got to myself. I think he should also explain that woman thing, even though we all know what he means by that. Apparently the reason why he wouldn't take his date to the movies is that he thinks that money is more important than having a good time. And also, he sounds very misogynistic. He needs to learn that women can in fact care for themselves. Luke also has a program, of course, where he supposedly teaches people how to make money, so I think we should look into that, because I'm still trying to get rich and I still don't know anything about all of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first official Capital Club Town Hall.
Okay, so in half of his TikToks he seems to think that women cannot make money, yet he starts this thing with ladies and gentlemen. Please make up your minds.
I'm Luke Belmar, one of the co-founders here at Capital Club, and over the next 60 minutes, I want to pull back the curtains on what we've been building over the last 18 months for you. Now, many years ago, I realized that in the entrepreneurial space, there was a massive need for authenticity, transparency, and a community that was focused on more than just making money. There's too many communities out there just focused on a bag, focused on selling signals. It doesn't really have anything sustainable attached.
This might be a good point, I wouldn't know because I've never been really interested in these courses. However, his videos seem to be about making money and really nothing else, which gets me started to think that this guy is a sort of AliExpress version of Andrew Tate.
A lot of the content that is being promoted as unique premium opportunities for you to build an online business. Now, when you begin to pull back the curtains and you look at the experts attached to it, you look at the information, you look at the pedigree and the substance of the individual, you realize that they have no business opening up their mouth because they have no experience. 1. 2, their business model is not sustainable. 3, their business model is not replicatable or scalable. So when you're learning from somebody and you want to get truly educated, you want to be in a situation where the person you're learning from has a track record of success.
As far as I can see, the only track record of this guy is having many followers, but I could be wrong about that.
Well, people have generated hundreds of millions of dollars that have built a massive network worth billions of dollars, and we've been able to curate experts in business, entrepreneurship, biohacking, and finance to allow you and to capacitate you in every aspect of your life.
If this guy was already rich, he wouldn't be making these courses. I don't think it's a stretch to say that this is out of the goodness of his heart, and he also hasn't really told us why he is making these courses. If you're already rich, I think there are way better ways to get even richer than making these courses, and I also don't see Jeffrey Bezos making how to get rich quick scheme like courses like this.
And inside of the mindset ecosystem, you have programs in the academy such as Datasets, where you and I sit down and have a one-on-one conversation on really what it takes to become successful, realigning that mindset so you can truly get to the next level.
He's literally showing us a video. The one thing this entrepreneur guys needs to learn is that a video is not the same thing as a conversation. One is very one-sided, like I'm talking to you now and you can talk to me back in the comments and I would love if you do that, but right now it's not really a conversation. And a conversation is when 2 or more people are talking directly to each other. I would reply to your comment, which would make it a conversation, but right now it's really just a one-sided essay kind of thing. That's how videos work.
The next part is the matter, the body, the vessel that's carrying your dreams and your ambitions. Inside of the Capital Club ecosystem, you're going to be able to sit down and learn from some of the leading biohackers in the space.
This guy needs to have a chat with Liv for my previous video. I think that could be really funny or really bad. I don't know.
Because we understand that the vessel that carries your dream is important, but you need to be educated in this. You need to become academically sensible.
Academically sensible to be a gym bro? I think if this guy was academically sensible in any way, he wouldn't have made this thing in the first place.
Finally, the money, right? You need to be able to carry your vehicles with a liquidity, with a power source.
Again with the vehicles, when is he going to tell us which car we should get?
I often tell people, without vision, people perish. But without money, the vision perishes.
If you can't see something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't there. Like, I cannot see the White House right now because I'm on the other side of the world, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist necessarily. I think this guy needs to go back to basic biology or physics, whatever is most applicable here.
So you have goals and you have dreams of who you want to become, then guess what? You're going to need money.
And there it is. You need money to get rich. You cannot get rich if you don't have money to access resources. I had to dig around on the internet a little to find out the price of this course, because on the what is the price of a membership tab on the actual website, it just says the following fake bullshit. All existing members will be grandfathered the same membership fee. Like, what does that even mean? But I found the price. A membership costs $369 a year, which is honestly less than I expected, but if you have to pay that all at once whilst also having to pay rent, that can also be a lot, you know, in this economy. It doesn't stop there, however. I also found out that there are these events that you can attend for $15,000, and there it is. To get rich, because I feel like the events are the thing where the magic happens. To learn to get rich, you actually have to go to an event and already be rich to be able to attend. I think you see my point here.
You're going to get really, really top tier information, up-to-date information from people that are doing business today. You don't want to be learning from somebody's employee. You don't want to be learning from somebody that's been doing some business that's outdated. You want to be learning from people that understand how to make money. Period. And
Period, slay girl. Sorry, I felt like that was an appropriate comment.
the second part is how you learn. People just go out there and they just post a couple videos and assume that that's the best learning mechanism for people. But we've taken it a step further.
Those people either make really good videos and care about what they make, or they don't care at all and put out fake shit. And Luke definitely falls into the last category with his fake TikToks.
Inside of our ecosystem, I've gone in there and I've asked myself, what are the best learning methodologies that I can implement into this ecosystem for people to really be able to download these datasets?
So instead of watching videos, you expect people to download these sheets you made and learn something from them. Have you ever been to high school? This doesn't even work for the general college student.
We've introduced a new tool called Study Mode, where all distractions are removed and it's you and the expert in a notepad. It's a digital notepad. So inside of this experience, you're going to be able to have full focus.
This expert is on a screen. Screens are not the only thing in this world that can be distracting. Controversial statement, I know, but you know, there could be screaming children outside, a barking dog, or a shiny pen on your desk. Those are also very distracting.
A little bit about our network. As you guys know, the digital experience needs to be able to be bridged into the physical realm. As you guys see, I travel 6 months out of the year, and many times I go to different countries. I establish glitch meetups, Capital Club reunions, and my objective is for you to take these digital experiences and solidify them into real-life relationships.
And there we go. Those are the $15,000 events that I saw on the internet earlier, I would assume, and maybe this is the only place where you could actually learn something from this guy. They're just way too expensive.
And unless you have a club, unless you have an ecosystem that can vet these individuals, how do you know that they're legit? How do you know that they're not going to fuck you over? You don't.
I wouldn't trust this guy either.
You need a Capital Club. You need somebody like me that vets these people so that you can sustain yourself long term. If the network's no good, then Capital Club's no good. So I have to prune the network for you to become successful. And that's frankly what we've been doing over the last 4 years.
For the low price of a Chevrolet Spark and an iPad Air combined. Now I can finally see where the vehicles come in.
And finally, we have our marketplace. A designed and curated ecosystem with different businesses, different vendors, different professionals that can facilitate your business endeavors.
Let me tell you a little secret. You can find all of these on Google for free. Well, this was part 1, and I don't feel like we need to watch the other 5 videos about this course. I don't think I learned how to get rich. I don't know about you, maybe you learned something. But I feel like I kind of wasted my time on this guy. Not really, because it was kind of funny. So that's nice. I'm still waiting on the day that I finally can learn something from these entrepreneur guys. In the meantime, if you liked my little video, please push that wonderful shiny like button. I would appreciate that a lot. You can subscribe to catch my next video, that would be great. And if you want to follow my daily shenanigans, you can find me on Instagram with this handle. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time. Ciao!